Good afternoon, students. Mrs. Gurmeet here. Hope you are safe and healthy life at your homes. Students, today we are going to start the first topic of our grammar book, that is tense. Tense originated from a Latin word tempus, means time. According to this statement, tense and time, these are similar words, but still there are some differences. And the first one is tense is a grammatical term, whereas time is free from grammar. It's a natural or a universal concept. And the second is tense is not free from language, but time is free from language. Hope you have understood this concept. You have understood the difference between tense and time. Now we are going to discuss what is tense. Tense is that form of a verb which shows not only the time of an action but also the state of an action or an event. Or we can say tense is the forms of verb which shows the time, continuity or the completion of an action and also the state. Now students, the forms of the tense. Tense has three forms. First one is present, past, and the third is future tense. Present tense. Each present, past or future. Each tense has four subforms. In present, first one is present indefinite tense. Second is present continuous tense. Next, present perfect tense. And the last is present perfect continuous tense. These are the four subforms of present tense. Similarly, in past we have past indefinite tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense and past perfect continuous tense. And similarly in future we have future indefinite tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. We have to do all this, we have to discuss all this, and today we are starting from here. First one is present indefinite tense, or we can also say simple present tense. Simple present tense is the basic tense and uses the base form of the verb. But still one exception is there, that is except verb be. It means be verb is not used as its base form. I will discuss it later. We are discussing simple present, except this verb. We are discussing the other structure of present indefinite tense. Structure is subject, then first form of verb and object. For example, he plays hockey. One thing you have to remember here, if our subject is singular it means if it is in third person. I mean he, she, it or any name. If our subject is he, she, it or any name, it means if it is in singular form, then we use s or es with the base form. It means first form of the verb. But if our subject is in plural form, it means if there is I, we, you. I and you are exception here. No doubt I is singular, but we don't use s or es with the first verb while using I as subject. For example, I play hockey. Next is negative. Negative form of present indefinite. Structure is subject plus do or does, not, first form of verb and object. Similarly, if our subject is singular, we use does not, and with plural subject we use do not. For example, he does not play hockey, and next is I do not play hockey. This one is the negative structure of present indefinite. Next is interrogative. It means question sentence. In question sentence, we use do or does before the subject. Do or does, then subject, after that first verb and object, at last question mark. For example, does he play hockey and question mark. And the last type of sentence is interrogative negative. Interrogative negative. In interrogative negative, at first we use do or does, then subject. After subject, not is used. Do or does, then subject, after that not, first verb, object and question mark. For example, does he not play hockey and question mark. These are the four type of sentences. Indefinite mean first one is affirmative, then negative, after that interrogative, and the last one is interrogative negative. This one is the structure of present indefinite. Now we are going to discuss its uses. How to use this one? Uses of present indefinite tense. First one is for truth, or we can say to express truth, whether the truth is general, scientific or universal. Universal, it means related to universe. As I say, the sun rises in the east. Here we are using first verb. It's a universal fact. We can't change it. The sun rises in the east. The sun sets in the west. Second type of truth is scientific, which is scientifically proved. As I say, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. It means boils. First verb or the base verb is used. After that, general truth. It means which are the sayings of people. As we say, honesty is the best policy. Okay. Now, second use of present indefinite is in conditional sentences. In conditional sentences. In conditional sentences, if the main clause, if the main clause refers to simple future, then in subordinate clause we use present indefinite tense. Listen again. If in conditional sentences, if the main clause refers to simple future it means in the main clause if there is will, shall, may, can and first form of the verb, then in the relative clause, it means in the subordinate clause we use present indefinite. For example, if he works hard, he will pass. This every clause has two parts. This one is the main clause, he will pass. In this clause we have will plus first form, and according to the rule we are using first verb in the condition in the subordinate clause. If he works hard, he will pass. Other example is if he walks fast, he will catch the train. We can also say if he comes to me, I shall give him his wages. Okay, this one is the second rule of present indefinite tense. Now the third is to express habitual or regular action. When there is repetition, then we use present indefinite. As I say, I get up 5 o'clock in the morning. It means every day I get up 5 o'clock. She goes to temple daily. It means every day she goes to temple. Repetition is there. Routine is there. In this type of sentences, it means to denote habit of someone. When there is regularity, we use present indefinite tense. Next one is to denote quotations. Quotations, or we can say the statements of the writers which became famous. For that statements we use present indefinite. For example, Keats says, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. This one is the famous line written by John Keats. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. We can take as example of other writers also. As I say, Shakespeare says, frailty thy name is women. Next one is with adverbs like always, every. With every there can be day, every year, every month, every week, every summer, every winter. This one show repetition. With always, every day, seldom, usually, generally, etc. With these type of adverbs, we use present indefinite tense. For example, she goes to temple daily. Yes, students, next one is to express possession. For example, I have a car. It means this first verb show possession here. We can also say he owns a beautiful house. Next is to express mental state, to express mental state or mental activity, emotions or feelings. To express mental state, mental activity, emotions or feelings, we use present indefinite. As I say, we believe in God. It's our mental state. We believe in God. We can also say he understands me better. It shows our feelings towards someone. Next one is in exclamatory sentences beginning with here or there. For example, here comes the bus. We can also say there she lives. There are other rules also. As I say, in commentaries, we can also say in news headlines. There are newspaper, when we read the headlines are always in present indefinite. Students, today we have discussed present indefinite tense. In our next video, we will discuss present continuous. Now, write it and read it, try to understand it. Is there any problem, you may contact me. Thank you, students.